So before we go on to all of that, let's talk about the fitness journey. Most people want to know about the fitness journey. So when I turned 30, I fell pregnant and I was a single mom right from the beginning. And I promised myself that I would be better in all areas of my life. And so that is when my fitness journey actually began. I put on about 33 kgs, and so I went up to 85 kgs, and I knew I didn't want to be like that, and yet, it's difficult to just get started. I wasn't comfortable going to a gym because then everyone would see me being bigger, and it's always just nerve-wracking. So anyway, we have all of those fears, the fear of just being laughed at and made fun of and ridiculed. And when you're bigger, then you just wear baggier clothes. And so I just felt comfortable training at home. I signed up to a fitness challenge. I had never been disciplined my whole life. And I promised myself that there was a family wedding coming up. And I said, I do not want to be the person, we wear those Indian saris that everyone points to and says, oh, she just had a baby. And so that was my big why and motivating or determining factor. And so that's important, is to always have a goal and a vision so great for yourself that it pulls you forward, because there's going to be days when you don't feel like working out, and there's going to be times when you are sick or your child is sick, and your vision needs to be so clear and your goal needs to be so big and so scary that it actually just pulls you forward. And so that is another thing, that I learned from Map for Life, is absolute clarity with your vision and your end goal. And so I would stick pictures, put my own head on someone else's body, of a body that I want, and I would laminate it and I would put it in the shower, and I would look at that every single day. And that would excite me some days, and some days I would be frustrated because I am not there. And that is part of the process. And so, getting started is always the tough part, because we always have these fears, anxieties, and things holding us back. And what is the thing that's going to be pulling you forward? It's, again, your vision. And so it's up to you to... The thing I'm actually going to give you a very practical good tip, which you can actually use in anything. And I do this with my coaching clients. You have to get to the core reason of why you want to do something. And sometimes it's not necessarily the pleasurable thing that's going to be pulling you forward. Like, if anyone wants to sign up with me as to become a coaching client, I make them write down 100 reasons why they want to do this. By going to 100, you're getting to your core reason of why you really want to do this. But that's not enough. I make them go a step further. After they do that, I tell them to write down 100 reasons, the pain that they will feel if they do not achieve their goal. And I know in Map for Life, they also have that little section. And this honestly is such a moving task. And when I do this with good intention, I am actually just brought to tears, because it's not always the pleasurable thing which is pulling you forward. Sometimes it's the pain that you're going to feel, and your mind runs away with it. And that is the thing that calls you to action. And so that is the thing that's going to take you out of your fear and your comfort zone and make you want to do this. So when I was writing my book, I did this exercise, and I did it as an example to put in the book. And I remember typing out everything and just wanting to just get up and go on the treadmill, because I'm like, what? I'm going to have a double chin, So You can use the same example. There is a third step to this, and the third step is write down 100 things you're grateful for right now. So what you see, and this third step is actually very important, because if you're not grateful for everything that you have in your life at the moment, including the person that you see in front of yourself in the mirror, then you are not going to get the thing that you want. You have to have extreme gratitude for everything. So this is an important step, even with the ladies that I work with. A lot of them are 130 kgs, 160 kgs. And so they have a lot of self-image issues, self-worth issues. And I do a lot of self-care, self-appreciation. And once they make this identify with themselves, and there's a moment where the light switch just goes on, and they actually end up losing the weight much quicker once they start loving themselves. And so it is a very inward journey that we do. And that is how I lost the 33 kgs. I did it naturally, no fat burners or anything. I took part in a bodybuilding show, and a few years later, I had my second child, still a single mom. This time I ballooned to 90 kgs. Wasn't easier the second time around. Different challenges. Each fitness journey is different. And still, it comes down to mindset at the end of the day. And just kept forward. I'm very stubborn with my goals. I don't let anyone and anything stop me. One of the rules which I live by is never take someone's advice whose lifestyle you're not also afraid to take. Because you're not going to take advice to get thinner from a fat person. Okay, so I'm not going to, it's just not working for them. So why would I listen to them, And you won't take advice about being a millionaire from a beggar, And so, be very careful about people who are going to kill your dreams, the dream killers. And there's lots of them. And a lot of the time, it's our family, it's our friends. And we need to be very